Things I learned on 90 Day Fiancé. For example, I did not realize that manifestation was part of the law of quantum physics. You'll
We can-
manifest the tiny into the big. I could use that in so many areas of life.
So you think we could take this 20 and manifest it into 20 million?
I mean, we got protons, neurons, croutons. I don't see why not. Maybe we can take our 264 subscribers and manifest it into 2,000. Like and subscribe. Channel surfers, you can help with that one. I don't know. Could you manifest a tiny dick into a big one? Paula did manifest a gringo.
Wonder if he's got a big dick.
Maybe we'll find out. 90 Day Fiancé, season 12, episode 3. I manifested you.
Reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Hey, channel surfers. Welcome to Remote Reality. I'm Lauren, your friend and attorney host who loves to overanalyze everything, including our favorite reality TV shows.
And I'm Dee, her paralegal and smartass co-host.
We're a day late. We said we'd drop this Monday, but I forgot that Monday was Memorial Day and I was going to be doing nothing instead.
I was doing nothing. I was exhausted after my son and my grandson left. I was ready for some nap.
Seriously, I wasn't doing nothing. I was watching my friend's daughter while she worked and I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
So, we needed a vacation. We needed it because today is going to be the Mondayest of Tuesdays.
So far, it is.
It always is. It always is. This was a great episode of 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah. I'm actually starting to develop dislike for a few of them. So that always happens after I watch it for a few episodes.
Let's jump right in with Rash and Mallory. So Rash, our friend from Turkey, and Mallory, our homegirl from Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
taking this beautiful man out of this beautiful country.
Mm-hmm.
We start with her meeting his friends right before they leave. Might as well have a get together. And during this meeting, we find out that Mallory is still friends with her former friend with benefits.
Yeah.
She's like, no, not my ex. We were just fucking.
Yeah. There's a big difference.
There were no feelings. Apparently she got in a really bad car accident and she was with her best friend, her best friend's mom, her best friend's kid. And she ended up having a third of her intestines removed. It was really serious.
Yeah.
She couldn't take care of her dog. Her friend Brandon jumped in, took care of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There might be feelings Brandon's way.
There might be. I kind of got the impression that maybe he had some feelings, but he's okay to handle it however she wants.
So she's not going to just give up her friendship.
No, and she shouldn't have to. I don't think so.
No,
But I was
either.
irritated that they were having the conversation in their language where she couldn't understand what was being said, him and his friends. Because they're talking about it and he's like, the rules are going to have to change and things like that. And she's not hearing anything that he's saying to them.
Well, I wonder how good his English is. He might be more comfortable talking in his language. He probably still thinks in his language. It takes time to transition over. He's still
True.
fully immersed in a Turkish society. So it's going
I
to
get it.
take time when he gets here for him to, if he does, start
Mhm.
thinking in English.
Well, I mean, it was actually his friend that asked her about the ex. It wasn't even him after they had been having the discussion about him.
Yeah, it didn't bother me, him speaking in his own language. It's probably he's more comfortable with it, expressing himself, and maybe his friend is better at interpreting than he is at speaking our language. So
It's a possibility. I just felt like maybe it was a conversation he didn't want her to understand.
well, then why is he having his friend tell her what he's saying?
I don't know that he told the friend to tell her that. He just started asking her questions about it. And she's like, no, not an ex.
Wait. Okay, but if he wanted to keep it from her, wouldn't he be like, quiet down there, dum-dum? I'm speaking in Turkish for a reason. He knew what was happening here.
True.
I took it differently. Potato.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
The thing is, he says he is not comfortable with her being friends with an ex. And she's like, you aren't going to tell me what to do.
you're not going to
And
control
if
me.
that's the case, then I might not be your wife.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he's like, well, when you're my wife, and she's interrupts him, and she's like, no, no, I may not be your wife if this is the way you're going to be. You're not going to control me and tell me what to do. I mean, they haven't even left the country yet, and there's already like major red flags for them.
Are we really believing that this is the first time this has come up? That nowhere in their conversations has this ever.
I can't believe that it wouldn't have, because it obviously is something that bothers him that she's still friends with Brandon.
They're both just ignoring it. She's
Mhm.
thinking he'll adapt. He's thinking she'll adapt.
I don't think either one of them are thinking.
Well, what they're not thinking is that people don't change and you get who you
Mm-mm.
get.
Yeah, you can't fix things like that.
Like your friend said, Rash, why not a Turkish woman?
She would have a much better understanding for his philosophy on wife.
Well, maybe,
Mm,
maybe not.
I don't know. I would think so.
Debbie and Mido.
Can I just say Mido's a dick?
I agree. I agree. We ended the last episode with him having uncertainty about his dad's health diagnosis,
Mhm.
saying he just needs a few more weeks. I don't know if that part was true or if this was all part of his big joke, but in that respect, I had a lot of empathy for him. I
Mhm.
was mad at Debbie. I was like, it's going to be hard for him to come over on a
Mhm.
visa, go back and see his dad. So going into this, she's looked, changing the flight would be like $3,800. He's not giving
Mhm.
her much back. She's texting, he's non-committal about getting on the plane. Non-responsive, really.
He's like, she asked him where he was, and he's like, at home. And she's like, what? And his response was, what? And this woman, her daughter says she's not eaten and slept in days, stressing over him because of the responses that she's been getting from him in the text messages.
Part of this is her problem. She needs to detach from this flaky dude.
I agree.
Why is she a wart growing off his ass?
I don't know. I mean, some people are just like that. They get attached to somebody, and no matter what, they're just going to go with it. And, they don't put themselves first. I am not that kind of person, so I don't really understand it. But I do know that there are people that are like that. But she's got all her eggs in this basket, and she's just a basket case herself over him.
Even if she wasn't, even if she was living her own life, just like, I wonder if he's
Mhm.
coming or not. Obviously, it's going to make a big difference in her life. So
Mhm.
he needs to communicate these things.
Mhm.
But let's say she was just going with the flow. This is still a fucked up joke. I don't see how it's funny.
He says it's
To
a joke. Yeah.
he ends up saying that.
How is it? It's not a joke. She was literally puking in the bathroom at the airport because she didn't think he had gotten on the plane.
And even if she was fine and go with the flow with it, how is this funny?
It's not. That's why I said he's a dick.
If you want to surprise her, let's not torture her first.
Right.
Anyway, she goes to the airport with her daughter and she's walking around looking panicked. And then we see her crying. And that ends this part of their segment. I do have to say, though, I think this is some acting. I don't think that TLC is showing up to an airport with her for him not to come. I
Well,
don't
yeah.
think that we're going to have a whole show if he's not coming. I think all of this was production.
That makes sense. Yeah. And I had enough sense to realize, okay, he's going to show up because she's not going to go to the airport and they're not going to have cameras there just to see him not show up. But I just thought it was a shitty thing to do to somebody, especially with things the way they were before he left.
My thought is that maybe they had experienced an issue like that in the past and they're recreating it. But we're not just like waltzing up in the airport through TSA with a camera. This has to be planned in advance. So I don't think it's a joke. I don't think it's a funny joke. I think this is just really bad writing in reality TV, trying to pass it off for some of the drama that they're reenacting for us. Anyway, that's my thought.
It's a good possibility.
New couple alert. We have Paula from Brazil and Thomas from the US. He lives in Long Beach, California. And I love their little story. Their little story.
It is.
It's little. Paula has manifested it into something big.
Yeah. She wrote a letter to the universe about it, and she got exactly what she wanted.
It was a process. She had a boyfriend at first, and then they broke up, and she was best friends with Thomas. And then all of a sudden, switch flipped, and they're getting married
Mhm.
2 years after they started dating.
Mhm. I have to say, I've seen a lot of things about manifestation, but I have never seen miniatures like this. I usually it's the what is it, like the dream board or whatever. You put the things on this board that you want to manifest into your life for like the next, few years or whatever. So I was a little freaked out by the bobblehead miniatures. Like I don't really quite understand what the bobblehead miniatures were for. I get the little couch and the
I guess that's the same idea. You're thinking about it, so you're directing energy toward it. But, she manifested a poop in the toilet. And after I watched that, my coffee started kicking in. So,
had a big shit, right?
guess it worked.
Yeah. But I'd never seen miniatures used, but I can see where that comes from. But the bobbleheads threw me,
She
especially
had
when
miniature Labubu's.
huh?
She had miniature Labubu's.
She has miniature everything.
Miniature salt and pepper. It didn't manifest a delicious seasoned steak. It manifested a whole
Manifested a whole
kitchen.
kitchen. Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Maybe we should have her visit us. If she's that good at it.
We just need to buy some miniature things. I do like the idea of miniature things. They're cute. I like
They are
miniature
cute.
foods because I can eat more of them and less calories because they're small.
Mhm.
No, I eat
Mi
30 of them. Um,
Micro servings.
I like this couple. I think they're really cute together. They are different. He says minimalist. He has like this little table he pulls out and uses as a dining table. It looks like a TV tray
Toddler
or
table?
like a bed
It looks like a
tray.
toddler. Yeah, it looked like a toddler's table to me. And he just kinda, like, sat down on his knees. She's not gonna wanna eat at that table. Like, minimalist my ass. I mean, that's no.
But see, this is kind of where the yin and the yang, there's more
Yeah,
room
they're
for
very
neither.
opposite. He likes meat, she's a vegan. Yeah, maybe it'll manifest a bigger table. Maybe that's how that's exactly what I would do is if I was him, as a matter of fact. I'd be like, "This is just the temporary. This is my manifesting table. It will eventually turn into a bigger table."
I ain't meat in 3 weeks.
Well, I made some amazing cheeseburgers over the weekend. They were so good.
And I made some meatless sushi. I used cream cheese, jalapeno, pineapple rolls, like instead of nori.
Mhm.
Anyway, cucumber. Enough about that. Um, I like Paula and Thomas's vibe. Like they seem to have a good
The
connection.
chemistry. Yeah,
Right.
their
And I think
chemistry.
it's because they started out as friends.
Yeah, I mean, I don't how long was it they said they were together? Because I know it was at least 3 years before they even got
2 years
engaged.
after they dated, so
Yeah,
they got
so
engaged.
yeah, this is kind of a more established couple than some of the other ones.
It reminds me of me and my husband. We were friends before we ever dated.
Mhm. Right.
Marissa and Edward, we get to meet Michael, Marissa's ex
Mhm.
and father of her children. Did I tell the kids go wait in the car while we have this serious discussion?
Yeah, I think she just said, "Go outside, I wanna talk to your dad for a few minutes," or something
Yeah,
like that. I
this
get it.
is definitely TLC editing.
Mhm.
Now, they've worked hard to co-parent together, Michael and Marissa. Michael, it seems like his observation is don't screw with my kids. We're good.
Mhm. That's a pretty good, way to put it, yeah.
He's also wondering how Edward's going to fit in here because we learn Marissa grew up with an affluent lifestyle.
Mhm.
She went on great vacations and he felt like he never fit in. He actually says
Her
her
family
family always questioned his motives.
made him feel like a loser.
So are they questioning his motives because of the money
Mm,
or it's because
maybe, I
he's
mean,
an ass?
I don't know. It made me kinda wonder if maybe the family might have been part of the problems with their marriage in the first place, if, they were judging and made him feel that way. Because she said that her family more than likely is gonna do that with Edward too, they're gonna judge. The fact that it got brought up makes me think like maybe it's part of what their issues may have been.
But I wonder, is this what he's blaming their issues on
I
instead of
don't know.
not being a great husband?
Um
That just seems very
I don't know.
strange.
Well, I thought it was strange that it was brought up. That's the reason why I thought maybe it might have been part of their problems. I don't know. But at the end of the day,
Well,
as long as
we
his
also
kids.
know it's part of the storyline because
Mhm,
Marissa said he's a hotel worker. Like the first time he ever stayed in a hotel was staying at the hotel he works at overnight with me.
mhm.
So it's definitely part of this storyline. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me that they would think these guys are with her just for her finances.
Well, maybe it's just like a preface, it's kind of letting us know what's to come. Like he's kind of throwed this in this conversation, and then in a few episodes we'll see her and Edward having issues because her family has said something or something like that. I don't know.
Well, we know it's going to be part of the storyline. It just seems like a weird
Mhm.
issue.
Mhm. Well, I guess we'll
If
know
they're
more when we.
affluent, they're probably making more money in investments than they can even give away
Mhm.
with estate tax avoidance. That's not going to be a big concern.
Maybe it's a
But
personality
there
thing.
are real issues. I mean, wants versus needs.
Mhm.
He's never stayed in a hotel. Like, he might book a trip and they go, and Marissa says, like, Edward, this place isn't that nice. And it's still like a really nice hotel. It's just not what she's used to.
Mhm.
And that could hurt his feelings.
We'll
Anyway,
see.
we'll
We'll
see.
see. It's to come. I was a little bit surprised that she's not the one that told Michael about Edward, that it was the kids.
Yeah, how's that for communication?
Yeah, that's not very good for healthy co-parenting. If it was just, someone she was dating, maybe not necessarily need to tell him, but the fact that this is somebody that she's going to move in with her kids, I would have thought that, she would have had that conversation, not the
Yeah,
kids
but I
overhearing
had
it
the
or
feeling that
something.
this was before he planned on coming here. This is like when
Oh,
he first
okay.
found out.
Yeah, the kids were overhearing. He thought the kids had misheard a
Right.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. I got the idea that it's not that they were dropping, hey, we've got a new roommate. More like
Mhm.
mom is talking to
Okay,
some
yeah.
guy in a different
That
country.
makes more sense. Yeah. Monday brain.
Rash and Mallory waking up in a hotel room. Rash has kept his belt closed for 6 months and now he wants to
Mhm.
make a baby.
He's
Yeah.
ready for some action.
Baby making sex isn't fun.
It turns into work that way because I know
It's
with our
yes.
second one, I was, keeping a chart and all of that stuff and, all of the work, the temperature, the chart, ovulation crap and everything. And you're just like, oh gosh, it's
That's
not
not sexy
fun.
sex that they were having.
Mm-mm. Mm.
So they go see his sister and Rash's family before they leave. We learn that his parents lost their house in a big earthquake and
Mhm.
the responsibility for rebuilding it has fallen on the
The
kids.
kids.
And they're speaking Turkish, but he's explaining to his brothers, I can't work at
When I
first when
first
I go
go
over there.
there.
It's going to be a while before I have a green card, before I have the ability to work because the K1 visa, he
Mhm.
can't. If he works on a K1 visa, then he is not here
Mhm.
legally. And he's saying it's going to depend. I got to talk to Mallory about it. I need to ask
Mm.
Mallory for money. That's
I
a
don't think that's
conversation maybe we should have had before.
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't think
know.
that's gonna be a good conversation.
Finance is probably important to discuss.
I think that would have been at the top of the list. Look, before I come, I'm helping my siblings pay for the rebuilding of my parents' house. If I can't work when I come there, I don't know if that's something I can do. And then wait and see. She may offer to give him some money to send home until he can work or whatever, or be like, no, that's not something I can do. But definitely needed to have that conversation.
And I don't have a problem with it. I think also culturally he's expected to do that. What I have
Mhm.
a problem with is not having this discussion before you leave.
Or before she even flies over there, for fuck's sakes.
Again, she hasn't really disclosed where he's moving.
This is true, but I think that's a little well, no. It's not that much different, is it?
No,
He is gonna be so shocked moving from that beautiful environment that he's in now to where he's going, poor guy.
they both really have it coming to them.
Yeah.
Salt coffee. When I first heard
Mhm.
Mallory saying salt coffee, I was thinking, or sorry, Raj, I was thinking, you must think that that's salt. and it's really sugar.
I was just thinking it was some tradition or something that they do
Right, it is.
that's not normally done or drank otherwise.
They say it's a tradition and it's supposed to be for good luck. I don't know that that's that nasty. Okay, so this one time, not that long ago, I had Kahlua. Kahlua is like the only liquor in my house that my husband won't touch. So it will sit around for a while. Like this Kahlua had been there since Thanksgiving or something. And I wanted to have a drink. And in South Carolina, like our liquor stores close at 7. You have to go to a special store. They're closed on
Yeah.
Sundays. So sometimes you just deal with what you have. And I had Kahlua, coffee flavored liqueur. And I was like, what do I mix this with? So yeah, I mixed it with pickle juice. It wasn't bad. It was actually good.
No way.
I did it.
Yeah. You
I
have
drank
no
salty
palate.
coffee.
That's all I can say. I think you have no taste buds in your palate.
Probably not. Probably burnt them all off on a taco or something.
Ugh.
Salt coffee.
I don't think it's very good. I actually had, my husband and I years ago were joking around about something. He was a huge coffee drinker, and he asked me to get him some coffee. And just for a little bit of spiteful fun, I put salt in the coffee when I took it to him, and he spit it all the way across the floor. So I don't think that it tastes very well, especially with the amount that we saw her pouring in that coffee.
I'm sitting here thinking like sea salted caramel coffee. And coffee has a caramel kind of flavor when you add milk. Anyway,
Well, if there was some sugar in the coffee, the salt may not taste as bad. It might counteract it because, the salted caramel like you were talking about, or like chocolate covered pretzels, the salty sweet combination.
we always do this instead of lunch. Record this show. I'm hungry now. Rash's mom, breaking my heart, but it only gets worse.
Yeah.
Josh and Katie.
Bless his heart.
He sees it. Josh sees it. Katie says that her relationships haven't worked out well because of her OCD. Katie has an alcohol problem.
Yeah.
And Josh
I think
sees
so
it.
too. Yeah. When she said that she drinks to the point to where she doesn't remember if she's hurt people's feelings or, what she said
When
to
she
people. She's
said,
basically,
I can't remember all of last night.
yeah. I was just like, oh no. Because nobody wants to drink that much. Unless it's a problem, nobody wants to drink to the point that they can't remember anything that they did the night before.
And she's brushing it off almost like it's nothing new. Kind of like, why do you think I should be drinking water? I don't know. Yeah.
'Cause you're
you seem
hungover?
like you're going to be hungover.
You're
If I drank that
dehydrated?
much to where I forgot, I would feel like death.
I wouldn't be getting out of the bed to go see my new apartment. Which is another sign to me that this is not something new to her. Like the fact that she's able to get up and function the next day after drinking like that. Because it would have probably had me in bed for 3 days if I drank until I couldn't remember things the night before.
I think about my late 20s. I think I was mostly like just building my law practice. My early 30s, I like to go out and have fun. And then, I didn't have a kid until I was 37. I didn't get married until I was 34. Those things came later, but when I was ready to settle down, I was ready to settle down. I was tired of that life. So I can
Right.
get her still wanting to enjoy it. And he's a little bit older and he might just be in a different place. I don't know how ready she is right now.
Right. But when we saw last episode, that was the party that was for him. I didn't see anybody, like, there was nobody acting drunk or drinking excessively around her. Like, it wasn't like it was motivated by peers or anything like that. They all seemed to just be socially drinking, not excessively drinking.
Even when you're married and stuff, you can still go out and have fun and drink with your friends.
Oh, yeah.
I did. When I had kids, it gets a lot harder, but
It does. Before I had my kids, it was like I could drink and it was like it wouldn't really hit me. Like all of a sudden it would hit me all at once and I'd be like, whoa, I've had too much. And then whatever changed in my body after having children, each drink I could feel. So I knew exactly when to say, okay, I'm not having any more. Because I didn't want to go past that point,
all at the ripe old age of 23.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a whole span, with the kids that there was like no drinking. Like I could buy a 4-pack of wine coolers at I'm showing my age. Wine coolers, and they would be in my refrigerator for like 10 years.
But people don't know what wine coolers are now?
I don't know. I think they have different names for them. I don't think they call them wine coolers anymore.
Channel servers, let us
I don't
know.
I don't know. I never see commercials for wine coolers.
I never see commercials.
Well, I do because I do have some of my paid subscriptions
I
stuff.
don't usually see half the stuff I watch the first time. ADD.
This is
Anyway.
true. This is true.
Oh, Shae and Annabelle. Why was Annabelle dressed like a maid?
I don't know. I just have to kind of giggle at her sometimes because she just cracks me up.
She is wearing this little black, it looks like a Halloween maid, like a
Yeah.
skirt outfit with white
Yeah.
trim. And they go to Shae's house, come back from the airport. Shae's daughter and grandkids are there. Of course, it's destroyed in 5 seconds because both of these kids are kids. They're
You know,
kids. This is what
look,
happens to a
look.
clean house.
I think that Allison did this shit on purpose. She knew her dad had spent all of that time cleaning the house before he left so that Annabelle would come into a nice, clean house. And she goes over there, she takes the kids, she's got the 2 dogs running around. Everything is, it just looks like a typical house where kids are. Everything has just exploded in the living room and it's just everywhere.
Well,
Everything.
good for her for doing that because Annabelle needs to know what her life is about to be like. Might as
That
well show him from the start.
Not necessarily. That's his house. It's not Allison's house. Why would you do that?
He helps with the grandkids. She
I
lives
know
right
he helps with them,
there.
but for fuck's sakes, man, give her a break. Let her at least walk in and see the house the way that he had left it for her. Why you gotta go over there and just turn it into a disaster and just freak her out as soon as she walks in the house? She did it on
Because she only
purpose.
has 90 days before she has to marry into this. So time for reality to hit.
Look, Allison
Agree
don't
to
want
disagree.
Allison does not want Annabelle marrying her dad one bit. We all know it. We can all see it. We can see the writing on the wall.
Well, Annabelle needs to know what she's getting into. But she goes in and she's complaining about the messy house, which that's kids. And then she starts picking it up and she's wearing what looks like a maid outfit. I'm just like, no.
She's 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 definitely somebody that doesn't like the cover doesn't fit the package because I feel like she's like really dirty minded and ornery, and she always looks like she's so put together and proper. So it's like this contradiction that I just think's adorable. I think it's cute.
She looks put together and then she's scrubbing Shay's ass.
Mhm.
I
She'll do
still
that.
think that they're really cute together. I don't know that these issues with the daughter are real. See, I didn't get a bad vibe off of it. It looked very friendly to me, despite the edit.
Mm,
That's the
I
best
don't
they could come
know.
up with.
Well, she had said that the conversations that she's had in video with Allison had made her feel like it was a competition for her dad. So I think it was done deliberately to just throw her off when she walked in.
That's weird. Competition for
Well, I've seen the whole episode, so I'm not going to say anything. So part of my opinions is coming from watching the whole episode. So I'll shut up.
well, it's also one of the storylines. She talked
True.
about this with the dad and the sisters. So we are going to see this storyline
Right.
talked about throughout this season.
Well, and there's so many other issues though with him that poor little Annabelle hasn't found out about. So, the flirtations and
This
whatnot.
man's
So
fucking around with the Annabelle doll.
Mm.
Not the brightest crayon.
I
in
think
the box.
she's I bet when she flips a switch, it's a flip.
We see what you did on tour, Annabelle doll. We know.
Yeah.
We know
We're-
the truth.
It's just simmering underneath the surface.
She's manifesting it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Your karma. Annabelle doll is manifesting it, Shae.
Watch out.
So Tomas is getting ready to go to the airport and he's cooking up some delicious food for Paula when she gets here. She comes down that escalator and he's crying.
Mhm.
He is so overwhelmed.
so
They
cute.
both look so excited and happy to see each other, though.
I know. I've cried happily like that before. It just takes over you. There's nothing you can do about it. It was just so sweet.
And they bust each other's chops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She gives him a
She's
little
sitting there
help for
again.
crying.
Mm-hmm. And then she was talking
She
about
thanks him
her
for
manifesting. her manifesting him, and he's like, I did a lot of work to get to this point. I don't think it was just your manifesting.
She manifested you doing the paperwork, Thomas. She didn't even have to do that. It just
She,
manifested.
yeah,
K1.
it
He's
does work.
waving this huge Brazilian flag,
Hmm.
which I didn't really understand.
I didn't either.
But they're just really cute.
I had to laugh though at the beans.
Okay, so Thomas, he's like, "Are you hungry? Do you want to get something to eat?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna go sit at one of the bars at the.
Mm-mm.
But he pulls out the beans and tofu and rice that he was making at home. But the like, get your wife. I want to try that seasoning, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Asia
and it's
Espada sounds good.
yeah, it's in a coffee thermos. Like he gave it to her in a coffee thermos.
Well, he brought the beans in the coffee thermos, but that makes sense because they do make thermoses to keep like soup and beans.
Soup, yeah, I get that, but I always had a soup thermos versus because the soup thermoses are wider and a little bit shorter than a coffee thermos. But
I don't
anyway,
know that this guy is making beans and carrying them with him all the time. He
but
probably did not buy a special one just for
no,
the beans.
but what was funny is she just takes the top off and starts drinking the beans out of the coffee thermos.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and she's
When
like,
you're hungry,
"Oh,"
you're hungry.
she's
She's like,
like,
I
"These
am
are
hungry.
good. These
I
are
just had
good." I was like, she's after my own heart. We're soul sisters. That's exactly what I would have been doing if I was hungry. I can see us just chugging anything in a coffee thermos if we're starving like that.
beans, soul sisters, reminding me of how there were societies a long time ago that thought beans were evil because they made you fart and they thought the fart was your soul leaving your body.
Well, shit, literally. Sorry, I had to ask.
So Mallory and Rash are getting in the car and driving off to the airport. And Mallory really feels the pressure because mom is breaking hearts. Like everybody that's watching, I
It's
couldn't. I
breaking
couldn't
mine.
watch it. It was so sad.
Yeah, she's just devastated. And Mallory's
All
just
her
like,
pain
I
and
hope.
love, and her son is leaving, and she doesn't
Yeah,
know when he'll be back. And yeah,
I think that
Mallory's
they said
really gonna
maybe
make it work now.
yeah, I think they were saying it could be as long as like 2 years before he came back. I think I heard him
Yeah.
saying that to them in one of the
Yeah.
conversations. That's a
Yeah.
long time.
Tough. I
Mhm.
maybe a little money towards mom's house would help smooth things over. Those
I would
sisters,
definitely use it.
are they like throwing bathwater out at them?
There was something that was getting thrown after them as the car was driving away. I'm not sure what it was, but I'm sure it was maybe something traditional as well. Like I was thinking to myself that maybe it was like, some kind of good luck on your path kind of thing or something, or I don't know. I
I just
thought it
kept
was
thinking,
symbolic.
"Toss the baby out with the bathwater." Bye. Bye, baby. Bye, baby Rosh. Debbie and Mido. Debbie is so sick at the airport. She's like throwing up, waiting for him to get
Mhm.
there. And he shows up. Mido shows up. I think he has such a cute little personality.
I still think he's a dick. I'm
I think
sorry.
he's hilarious. I think they get along great. First of all, let's start here. Debbie, her hair is gorgeous.
Yes,
Just
she
this
has beautiful
thick,
hair.
gorgeous hair. Her part, though, I don't know what she was thinking with it.
I wasn't
like,
paying
curves
attention.
around.
I didn't even notice. I'll have to go back and look at it.
So Mido shows up. I just thought he was very charming. And, he's making a joke. Did you tell Tom Cruise and Will Smith that I was here? And she goes, yeah, but they didn't show up. And he kind of like gives her a high five. And I thought he was goofing around with the impersonations. And
No, they asked him to act. They said, "Show us your acting," and he did those. I think one of them was
the
Arnold.
Terminator.
Yeah,
Yes, but I think he was being goofy. He
I hope
seems
so
very
because if not,
goofy, and she seems to play back with him. They seem to play off each other. Now, do I think it's really messed up if he did that joke? Yeah. But do I think he really did that joke? No, because the whole camera crew ain't going
Mhm.
out there for nothing.
Well, I hope he was joking around with the acting because if that was how he acts, he's terrible.
I do think
And
he was. And then also the vomit, he was sitting there like, "Ooh, you had flavor vomit in your mouth." And she's like, "No, like I
no
used
mouthwash.
mouthwash."
Yeah.
But they were just jabbing. I thought it was cute.
I thought he went on too much about being a famous actress or a famous actor and not enough about I'm here to marry Debbie.
And for all we know, he could have said that for literally 2 minutes in an ITM, and they cut all the other hours worth of what he talked about out and just put that into the show.
I know, and that's what you're here for, is to talk about how they edit and drop stuff on the
And
floor. I'm
I'm
gonna look at
reading
it from a
the
perspective.
vibes. You have to read the vibes outside of the edit.
Okay,
I'm getting playful.
okay. I'm gonna just,
You're getting asshole. Well, see,
yeah.
he's right.
I'm just getting I thought he was a dick with the whole thing before he got there about how he talked to her in the text messages. I just thought that was wrong to leave her hanging like that. I did not think it was funny. It was not a joke.
Well,
And
she
then
also could be super paranoid, like asking him again and again and again, and he keeps
mhm,
answering it to where he's finally like, "What do you mean? What are you talking
fair.
about?"
That's fair. But then when he goes on and on and on about all he wants to do with the acting and not enough about her, I'm just like, maybe, maybe
But
not. I
that
don't know.
is
Time will
the
tell.
storyline.
Time will tell. Is he here
So
to be an
every
actor or
time
is he
it's
here for her?
mentioned, they are going to save every one of those clips to edit it into the show.
Okay. That's fine.
Marissa is getting ready to get Edward from the airport, and she's about my age.
Mhm.
I realized it when it showed that she's 45. It's
Mhm.
like, I'm 42. She's about I thought she was much older than I am.
I did too. I just wasn't gonna say that. Yeah. She looks older than 42.
Well, she's 45. But
She looks older than 45. I thought she was closer to my age, actually.
so she gets to pick Edward up from the airport, and this is his first flight. My first flight was to Philly too. I was like 24.
Mm.
So probably about his age.
Mine was to Boca on a private plane.
Well, do tell more.
I don't think so. We'll just leave it at that. I'll tell you, it's a story for another day.
What did you have to do to get on that private plane?
Nothing.
Anyway,
I was spending the summer with a relative, so I was a tag along, but it was still my first time on a plane.
so we go to Philly, and it just all seemed pretty normal. Just she went, picked him up from the airport. They're excited to see each other. She
Mhm.
says, "Can't wait to show you New York,"
He can't wait to show her his new penis,
which is really just the same penis with a different haircut. Well, not
and
hair.
that was about it. That was about it.
And
She
he is like, "What am I supposed to do? Lose this key?" Well, you know what, Edward? You can lose the key because it doesn't really go to a house.
Mm-mm.
She bought him a key to nowhere, which was supposed to be symbolic of something.
She didn't wanna do the traditional welcome to the USA kinda crap at the airport, so she thought the key would be a good gift, but I think it went totally over his head, like, he didn't understand what the gift was for at all.
Nor do I.
No, and we're from here.
It don't make sense translates across every language.
Right. But, when he was talking about the incident on the plane with the window, where he was doing the shades up and down and people were saying things to him, I thought to myself, he's gonna get along great with her boys. Like, he's gonna be, I bet you, like, fun, just doing fun things with them. I don't think that there's gonna be this person coming in trying to be their dad. I think he's just gonna be a fun friend.
If anything, it's like she's getting a new son.
Exactly.
So the Annabelle doll is checking out this new disaster of a house that Shae lives in, and dirty room, dirty room, dirty room. Oh, look, an oven that I can make my potions in. Never had an oven before.
She loved the kitchen. Yeah, she loved
did
the
love the
kitchen.
kitchen.
She's never had an oven in the house, she said.
She didn't look super impressed with the diamonds that he was giving her, love bombing the hell out of her. But Allison, she felt some sort of way about it. Shay's daughter is like, why am I not getting diamonds? Allison, honey, you're not sleeping with him. You don't want those diamonds.
We think. I don't know. It's Kentucky. Oh, we need to start over.
We're going to leave in that meanness from Dee.
No, we're not. We need to start over.
So, yeah, it's Kentucky. Quilt something Kentucky. It's okay. I will. I'm editing. She also refers to her like, what the hell? It was funny. You're fine. You're fine. I don't Kentucky
not
completely
funny.
forgive you. She's from Ohio. Don't forget.
No, but my whole family's from Kentucky.
Well, I'm sure they think a lot about Ohio as well. Uh,
God, I can't believe I said that. So I just. Okay, go ahead. Good.
What were we talking about before Dee started talking about how incest is the best in Kentucky?
You said that you said that Allison wasn't sleeping with her dad.
Yeah, so why is she getting the diamonds? She's not. Shoot, I don't get diamonds for anything.
Why are we not talking about all the dead animals on the wall in the bedroom? Like, it's not like I haven't seen the trophy deer heads and stuff in homes before. I have never seen them in a bedroom. Like, what in the fuck is he manifesting in there? He has a deer head on every wall.
Allison, you don't have to do anything to scare Annabelle back to the Philippines.
This bedroom's gonna do it.
This jungle that your dad has created as his romance spot. We
There's
just put a
fish.
towel over their head. There's fish.
There's fish on the wall. There's a deer head on every single wall. There's axes.
Sometimes too.
Yeah, there's axes. What else did I see? It's like, this is his bedroom. What in the ever-loving state of Kentucky is this?
Got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
She can swap houses with Allison. Allison can go live with Daddy, and she can go have a place to herself.
I think she would
After
probably
all, Shae is paying for the other
both
house
of
as
them.
well.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. This is his kid. I don't care how old she is. She'll always be his kid. She can't jump in after 20, 30 years and change this
Mhm.
relationship.
I think, again, it's a cultural thing because she's like, parents, the kids should be taking care of the parents, not the other way around. And we just, it's just not like that here.
Well, it is for some people,
Mm-hmm.
but
She's a single mom. She needs a place to stay. He's not going to charge her rent. I get it. I probably would be the same way. If I did charge rent, it would only be because I needed it to take care of them if they were living like in my space or something. So it would be bare minimum.
she can't change it.
No, she's not going to. But she said Allison's a spoiled brat, and I agree with that.
Well, think about it. She is coming from a country where she didn't even have an oven, and
Mhm.
Allison has this beautiful home paid for her.
So why are you asking your dad for money?
She didn't ask for it. He just like slapped 50 in her hand for biscuits.
Oh no, she asked for it. She asked for it.
And
She said,
the
"Can I
price
have
of
a couple
biscuits
dollars?"
really has gone up.
Yeah. Damn, that sounds good too. I want some biscuits and gravy now.
We end with Mallory and Rash. He
Mhm.
brings up that he had a conversation with his brothers. What if at some point they need to send 10,000 lira, which 10,000 Turkish lira is about $218. And
Mhm.
she goes, well, we have to talk about it. We've got bills. I've got my car payment. I've got my mortgage. By the time everything goes in, everything goes out, which, oh, time out.
Mhm.
If everything is going out already before he comes, how are we paying for food for Rash?
Maybe she don't know what the 10,000 means in American dollars. Because when I first heard it, 10,000, I mean, you immediately think a lot.
And 218 is a lot, but
It's doable for most people.
it's going to cost more than that to have him over there.
Yeah.
Extra food for a person, extra medical care for a person if they need it, clothing, more water that you're using, more electricity.
But I understand why she's aggravated because he should have had the conversation with her before now.
1,000%. I'm mostly worried, though, how prepared she even is financially for him to come.
That's true.
And that's it. That was it for 90 Day Fiancé. We'll be back on Friday with the last episode this season for Southern Hospitality, and then we'll have the reunion the next week. Anything to add?
Nope. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go fix something to eat, I think.
Well, sorry guys for getting it out late, but we do this for fun and we do this for y'all. We love the Channel Surfers, love you guys being there, and we do it for us. This has been a great Mondayest of Tuesdays, but I'm off to edit. Dee is off to eat, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Let's ride.